Hey y'all, I wanted to talk about how you can identify a secret hater or a player hater. And for example, say if I take the aux chord and I'm playing my cuts, and my friends they acting dry. You know what I'm saying? They're not dancing, they're not vibing, and blah blah blah. Because it's like, say if you're playing some really good stuff, you know what I'm saying? It might be subjective, but you would know if your song is pretty good, you know what I'm saying? You know what everyone likes and stuff like that, but it's still something that you like too, right? Say if, you know, they they dry and not vibing and things like that. And remember, you played it, right? So they all dry, they're not doing nothing. But then next time when you go see them, right? One of them, that one person, or one of them, or they all playing your song and they dancing to it. But when it was you, they weren't vibing. And let me tell you about that, okay? Let me tell you why that's a hater. Because you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna stop again. Okay. It's something that you need to watch out for because it's the little things that matter. It might be trivial to other people, but I say this is important because if a person can't compliment you or, say something good, you know, because if they playing your song and they dancing to it, then they liked it in the first place. They just didn't like it when you played it, when you discovered it, right? These are the type of people that you need to watch out for because they're silently listening in on you. They are taking notes. These are the type of people that will take notes on you, on your essence, to create a personality that they don't have. I'll give you another example with an ex-boyfriend that I had. I had a boyfriend where at first, you know what I'm saying, he would listen to my music. He would want me to play my songs because he liked it them, you know what I'm saying? He wanted me to play my playlist on there. And the longer that, you know what I'm saying, we stayed together, he started to show his ass where he would like trash the music, and he would like act funny in front of his friends, and he would even like literally turn my music off, like but and also, you know what I'm saying, he was narcissistic, because they start to like everything about you until they want it for themselves, you know. Remember that. Um, and it was this one incident with him where we went to the bar when we were still together. We went to the bar, and after it closed, we was walking home, and he was playing one of the songs that he was acting like he didn't like, right? And he was drunk. And you know what they say when a drunk person talk, it's the truth, you know. So ever since that ever since that happened, I never doubted how cool I was. No, how cool I am, because these people will purposely like withhold any like, withhold any compliments from, compliments to you, you know what I'm saying? Withhold any compliments from you. Some just as little as, hey, I like this song. What's this? What's this song called? I like this. Let me put this on my phone. I like this right here. Make a person feel good. It's something to really watch out for, because these are the type of people also, people that only like things, people not liking things because they haven't discovered it yet, that itself is a little bit narcissistic. And these are the people that, they'll even go far as to, want you dead, or something bad happened to you, as long as you stay out the way. When it comes to like, when it comes to when it comes to like, when it comes to introducing something, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like they didn't even think of that. They didn't even think of anything like that until you brought it in, until you brought it up, or until you made it up. Now they want it. Now they want it there, you know what I'm saying? Because they see the attention that you're getting. Or they see, the praise that you get, from people that's not them, because they want to act like, they don't vibe with you. They act like you're weird. They trash the, they ostracize you. They try to, make you feel like you a lame. But next thing you know, they wearing what you wearing. They doing what you doing. They listening to what you listening to the next day, like it ain't nothing. You need to watch out for that. These are the people that secretly want what you have, and are angry because they didn't make it, because they didn't come up with it. Like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's just something, it's a song, right? But it's the way that you go about it. It's the way that you go about it by doing some sneaky stuff like that. It's really underhanded. And that's the side eye part, that makes it nasty, That says a lot about, a person's character. And also, this is why I don't really like I don't like going anywhere, within my own community, because they like to trash people and ostracize people that don't speak or look like them, and they be feeling like just because you look the way that you look, because you're not, their standard, that you shouldn't be coming up with things like this, or you shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't be having these ideas, you shouldn't be trend setting or whatnot in your own way or whatnot, like, you know what I'm saying, like they are very like underhanded in that sense, because you know what I'm saying, they be making you feel terrible just to copy you the next day. And that says a lot about a friend, a relative, anybody that don't want to, that withhold, praise, any little praise, because they didn't come up with it, because they didn't do it, because they didn't have that idea, they didn't have that aesthetic, you know what I'm saying, things like that. And it's real underhanded. It says a lot about that person. People will always gaslight me and, try to make it less serious, like it's, like a less serious issue, but it's like, no, the details matter. The little things matter because they, you know, they become small, bigger problems. Like if you can't even, you can't even, you can't even give me praise on a song because you want to be the one to play it first, or to do it. Like, it's so childish. It says a lot about you. And it says that you steal that you copy people and that you steal, but you saying, and I feel like it's cool to be inspired, but it's one thing to be nasty, to ostracize the person and to trash the person that you are getting inspiration from, and I say it's very narcissistic because they want, these are the people that want to be the only people that's done something, only the only person to do this, the only person to do that. I feel this way, and I've always felt this way, and this is why I didn't really have like insecurities within that area until like the power of abuse just beat the shit out of me, and like people want to be the prettiest woman, the baddest bitch, blah blah blah. I'm just happy to be one of them. I'm not trying to be, the only one on top. It's so much stress. It is so much stress. It's so much anxiety. And let me tell you how it's narcissistic and how it also plays into it being karmic for them, right? It's because they see everybody as a threat, not just you, because you just happen to be the only one that's, a threat to them at this moment, but they're seeing everyone as a threat that has done something that they haven't even did, even if they wasn't even thinking about it. It's because you did it, and people love it, But in their minds, right? In their minds, they think that ignoring you and getting other people to ignore you until they do the same thing that you did, it's gonna make you go away. But it's not. It's not. Hold on. And it's not, because it's so many people in this world that exist besides them, and it's karmic in a sense, because if you don't see that karma manifesting outwards, it's usually because it's like internal, where they're stuck in confusion, they're stuck emotionally and mentally, they're not changing, and guess what? It keeps them in the same place it keeps them in the same place forever. And they will never be truly happy because they haven't, even if they're getting other people to do the dirty work for them, they are never going to be satisfied because they didn't work for it. And a person's pride usually comes from doing something on their own, on their own 2 feet without little help. You know what I'm saying? Like being a little independent, doing some of the hard work on your own, not getting somebody to, not, abusing and manipulating people and ostracizing people to get where you need to be, to get the recognition that you want. They will always be stuck in that area. And that I say it's a narcissistic person's hell. Because I don't care what life's looking like. I want to get to A to B, and I want to feel a sense of accomplishment on my own, and I actually want my something to show for what it is that I've been talking about, versus them always bigging themselves up as if they better than somebody, but this is what they're doing. And they will never be satisfied because they didn't accomplish those things on their own. They still have nothing to show for it because they don't really know about the things that they did, that they got, the work that they did, because they got other people to do it. Or they stole, And that's why, authenticity, it matters, because you can tell when somebody is invested in it in all areas, not just the surface level, And that's why when it comes to you and these people that are doing things like this, you will always win. You will always hold on, my cat is knocking. Hey, say hey. Hey. But yeah, when it comes to you and these people that do these things, you will always prevail. You will always win, because they might have stole something. They might have stole, a personality from. They might have stole, a little bit of your essence, while making you feel like you're a lame, you're a weirdo, and you're trash, right? But they don't know anything. They don't know anything in depth about the very things that. Oh, my throat chocolate. They don't want me to say this today. But they don't know the very thing that they stole. They don't know about the very thing. They're not passionate about the very thing that they stole from you. Whatever it is. So And I feel like that's what, I feel like that's a narcissistic trait. When people do things like that because they want the attention to only be on them, and they want to be the only ones to come up with that, and they only want the attention to be centered on them. You already know. Never doubt, you know what I'm saying? Because trust me, somebody's out there liking it. And if they act like they don't, they just not telling you. Because they're going to be they're going to be listening to the very same thing, wearing the very same thing, doing the same thing that you're doing. Because they see how you are doing your own thing, how you're being you, and you're still thriving, and how you're being authentically you, and you're still getting on in the world just fine, versus them having to, if you gotta do all that to get recognition and stuff, you need to do some work. You need to work on being an individual, see what you really like, instead of trying to, get people to fade away. Get people that you see as a threat to, fade away, to die, to cower into a corner. Because, you know what I'm saying, because you want the attention to be only on yourself, even when you weren't even thinking about that very thing, until somebody came in there with it. I don't like people like that. I only keep those people at a far distance, and you don't tell those people you don't share anything with those people no more. The little things matter. You guys have a good night.